So it is Thursday, it's February 1st, and we're in for a doozy because it is the first of the month. So along with our day ofs, we have also some week ofs, which starts February 1st and goes through the 7th. And we have our months of our international month of whatever, our month of whatever, our celebration month, whatever, however it works. I am not kidding you. It is a very long list. It's so long, in fact, that the YouTube video I just did, not YouTube, I'm sorry, I'm on YouTube now. Sorry. TikTok, the TikTok videos I just did, I had to separate it into 2 parts. And I thought I was going to go into 3 parts because that's how much there is. It's ridiculously long how long this is. So, this is going to be a long video. I do apologize if you cannot watch the whole thing. Pause it, leave it where you left it, come back and watch the rest later. Do it at the end of the night, fall asleep to my voice. I don't care. Just make sure you please watch it so you have at least some information about what is going on today. This is how dried out my throat is. I had to get a whole big cup of my International Mocha iced coffee because I am just dried out right now. I'm going to be tired tonight. So, again, it is Thursday, February the 1st. Let's get to it. There's a lot to get through. You ready? Okay, so today is car insurance day. Obviously, if you drive, if you have a car, make sure you have insurance. Please. It is change your password day. So obviously, we all have thousands of social medias and emails and different apps to pay our bills or whatever it is that we do online anymore, whether it's on our phone, our iPad, our computer. Make sure you change your password at least once every 6 months. If you can't do it, at least do it once a year. A good day is today because we are telling you to change your password. Please do it because you don't want to be, in trouble. Decorating with candy day. So this is really a day they just plopped in the middle of, in between Christmas and Valentine's Day. When I saw the picture, they actually had a picture of a ginger house. And obviously we do ginger houses for Christmas. But apparently this day is just to decorate like a cake or a cupcake or a cookie or whatever. Just to keep us in the mood for candy, which, who isn't always in the mood for candy anymore? It is G.I. Joe Day. We celebrate G.I. Joe Day on February 1st every year. These action figures have been a boy's first choice since their introduction in 1964. Oh, so it's 60 years ago today. Very nice. The movable toy came in different superhero models who had different characters, but with one common theme: action. This was the best-selling toy centered on boys and a pioneer for other toys being created. Did you know that GI was initially taken to mean galvanized iron? So this was a big cartoon in the 80s when I was a kid. And yes, I'm a wrestling fanatic. Sergeant Slaughter was a take on G.I. Joe. So yeah, this was a big thing. I didn't know it went all the way back to the 1960s. Like I said, it was a big cartoon in the 80s when I was a kid. And it's still around to this day. It is Heroes Day today. In Rwanda, Heroes Day is observed on February the 1st. The day is dedicated to commemorating the lives and patriotic efforts of those who have fought for the country and helped restore peace. The holiday is celebrated in both private and public sectors of the nation with a ceremony in Kigali. The ceremony includes the laying of wreaths as well as soccer and concert activities. So it's kind of like what we do here for Independence Day. They do it over there in Rwanda to celebrate pretty much, I almost want to say it's kind of like their, and I know it's technically not their Independence Day, but it's the next best thing. I love this one. I saw this and I was cracking up. This is the funniest, this is the funniest thing I have seen in a long time. It is Hula and the Kula Day. I love this. Hula the Hula dance. In the Kula, C-O-O-L-A Day. This is the best thing. Hula and the Kula Day is celebrated on February the 1st. The holiday is a fun day where we pretend to have a sunny day and dance the hula in the cold winter. It's a reminder that no matter how harsh life gets, we should enjoy the good things. Hula and the Kula Day is a day we remember the rich and exciting Hawaiian dance and make ourselves happy despite the cold weather around us. This is the best. I don't know when this came about, but this is like the best thing I've heard in a long time. It's just so creative, and it's a good way just to remember that there's always a sunny day after all the cloudiness we've had. Oh my goodness. We still had cloudy days. I haven't woken up to a sunny day yet. I think we're getting it tomorrow. I woke up to rain this morning. My poor babies had to go out in the rain. It is International Face and Body Art Day. So if you love tattoos, if you love piercings, if you love body painting, if you love performance art, or if you are a performer or an artist or anything of that sort, today is the day to celebrate you. Happy day. National Baked Alaska Day. I've never had it. I heard it's good. I heard it's fun to watch. So if you do enjoy it, if you know where to get one, go and get one. If your name is Cameron, today's your day is National Cameron Day. Oh, today's National Dark Chocolate Day. Yes, I love dark chocolate. I think that's my favorite chocolate, to be honest with you. I will eat milk chocolate once in a while. White chocolate, but dark chocolate is my absolute favorite. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to give you this one. It's going to be a little confusing, but I will explain it. It is National Freedom Day. Let freedom ring, especially on February the 1st. Are you confused? Listen, it's National Freedom Day. This day was founded to celebrate the freedoms we enjoy as U.S. citizens, freedoms that we should never take for granted. Specifically, the holiday commemorates the day in 1865 when President Abraham Lincoln signed what would later become the 13th Amendment. This amendment is so important because it effectively ended slavery in the United States. Freedom is one of the founding principles of the United States of America, and this day was envisioned as a way for all citizens to take a moment to appreciate how lucky they are. We should all be thankful for the many freedoms we are afforded as citizens of this great country. So there you go. I know this is probably confusing because we consider June 19th or Juneteenth the official end of slavery, which is kind of true but not true. This was the day that slavery was officially ended. However, because Pony Express and slow mail was all over the place, and we didn't have what we have today to get the news like this, the very last state to get the news was Texas, and June 19th was the day they got the news. So that was like officially the end of slavery all over the country. So that's why it's celebrated on June 19th, just to give you a little background. It is National Get Up Day. So if you are having a hard time and you just feel like you're always falling down or keeping yourself down, get up and try again. No matter how many times you fall, get yourself back up, please. If your name is Sean, and I don't care how you spell it, today's your day. It is National Sean Day. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. It is National Serpent Day. Why? National Serpent Day is observed annually on February the 1st. It's a tradition that has been in practice for at least 5 years as a way to encourage everyone to widen their understanding of snakes to overcome their fear of serpents. Nope. Nope. I understand some snakes are good to have around. That doesn't mean they don't scare the hell out of me. I have the biggest phobia of snakes possible, and no. What's funny though is I'm a crocheter. I don't know if you know that. I actually crochet snakes, but they're cute. My snakes are cute. I will never, ever, ever. And what's funny though is I have a snake that lives under my garage, like underground in my garage. And he comes out every summer. I actually nicknamed him Snickers the Snake because he just slithers around my front yard, like near my garage door. I can't get rid of him. And I find his skin all over the place when they shed. Nope. Nope. Just don't come near me. Don't come in my house. Stay outside where you belong. No. It is Optimist Day. So if you're an optimist, it's good to be you, because you always look at the bright side of things. So today's your day. It is Spunky Old Broads Day. Don't look at me. I'm not a spunky old broad. I'm spunky. I'm just not an old broad yet. So if I know they're pretty popular now, but if you want to think of spunky old broads, you may want to think of the Golden Girls, which is funny because in the 1980s, when their show was on, they were supposed to be women in their 50s/60s, minus the mom, Sophia, who was, I don't know if she was like in her maybe 70s or 80s. They don't look like that anymore. People who are in their 50s and 60s, they still look like they're 20, 30, 40 years old. Those were spunky old broads because they always had the best comebacks. Gotta love it. And what you may not realize is that sometimes they had to ad-lib their scenes. So sometimes you wouldn't know which ones unless you saw the bloopers or saw, behind the scenes. You wouldn't know what was actually scripted and what was ad-libbed. And sometimes the ad-libs were funnier than the scripts. So that was the best thing ever. And if you ever get a chance, go on YouTube or go on TikTok, look up behind the scenes of the Golden Girls. 'Cause sometimes they'll just roll video and they'll tell each other jokes and they'll be laughing. It's just the craziest thing you'll find. Okay, Texas. If you live in Texas, if you were born and raised in Texas, if your heart is still in Texas because you live someplace else, today's your day. And it's Texas Day. Here we go. If you love Texas, then you must know that Texas Day is on February the 1st. Texas is the 28th state to join the United States. Also called the Lone Star State, Texas is home of agricultural activities. It is the state with the most counties and the second largest state by area in the United States. Really quick, if you can tell me what the first one is by area. Bonus points. Don't look it up. Also, it is home to two of the most populous cities. On National Texas Day, we celebrate the state origin of our favorite items: Dr. Pepper, hamburgers, beef, rodeo, and live music. There you go. Excuse me. World Hijab Day. Ladies, listen. This is important. World Hijab Day is observed every year on February 1st to honor Muslim women who wear the hijab. It is also a day to urge women of various origins and beliefs to try on the hijab and see what it is like to wear it. Muslim women maintain their modesty by wearing the hijab. Many of them use them to safeguard themselves from male harassment. So, this is very important because, like I said, I am not religious by a long shot. But I do know that different religions have different dress codes or different rules they got to follow, whatever the case may be. A hijab is to give a woman her dignity in her life. And when I say that, it's basically they don't have to be married to wear a hijab. But there are rules that they have to stand by and they don't have to wear a hijab. I know plenty of Muslim women that don't wear a hijab. They just prefer not to. If you wear a hijab, if you make that choice to wear a hijab, there are certain rules you have to follow. Like certain people can't see you without it. Some people can see you. Some people can, or some people cannot see you without it. Mostly the people who can see you with it, without it rather. I'm sorry, I'm going backwards. The people who can see you without your hijab are like your spouse, your parents, your sisters, female cousins, I think your mother and sister-in-law, and maybe a select handful of friends. That part I might not be 100% on. If anybody who wears hijab or knows somebody who does, please let me know in the comments if I was right about that. As far as males are concerned, I think it's the husband, the father, the brothers, the father-in-law, and maybe the brother-in-law. I don't think cousins and I don't think male friends are allowed to see you without your hijab. Again, I'm not 100%. This is what I know just from watching TikTok. There's a couple of people I follow on TikTok that wear hijabs, and there's actually a couple who give background on their Muslim religion. So that's where I know my information from. Okay, so we are done with the days. Now we're into the weeks. It's a lot of weeks. Actually, it's not that many. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of, okay. It is La Poutine Week. If you know what La Poutine Week is, it's the famous Canadian dish. It's French fries with cheddar cheese curds and gravy smothered on top, which is fabulous. Now, if you live here in New Jersey, we call it disco fries. And our disco fries are French fries with melted mozzarella on top, and you have a choice. You can either have the gravy on top or have the gravy on the side. I prefer mine on the side to dip. It's so much better. Those are disco fries. So good, especially from the New Jersey diners. Oh my God, so good. It is National Patient Recognition Week. And when I say patient, I mean as patients as in the hospitals, nursing homes, rehab facilities. If you work in any of these facilities, please take a moment to recognize that if you didn't have patients, you wouldn't have a job. I know some patients can be a pain. Some are such sweethearts. I know you probably have your favorites. I had mine when I was a home health aide. I had mine when I was working in the nursing home. I was a nurse. I was in the administration department, but actually, let me take that back. I was in the administration wing. I was in the admissions department. Let me clarify that. But I had my favorite residents because they would always come around and say, hi, how you doing? You got to know a few of them. You got to know their families sometimes. So just take a moment and recognize that patients are here to be taken care of, and you wouldn't have a job without them. Okay. Let's see. I love this one. Shape Up with Pickles Week. It's not just for the pregnant ladies anymore. Shape Up with Pickles Week takes place in the first week of February from the 1st to the 7th. This holiday encourages pickle lovers and haters, you may hate them, but they're good for you, to stock up on jars of this tasty treat. Put down your bags of chips or chocolate bars, no, and snack on a pickle instead. They're jam-packed with probiotics, vitamins, and minerals and have almost no fat. But Shape Up with Pickles time isn't just about gorging ourselves on pickled vegetables. The week is also about finding the time to head to the gym or squeeze in a home workout. Combining exercise with a nutritious treat can help us lose some weight and reach our fitness goals. So technically, it's not really all pickles. Basically, you can pickle just about anything. You can pickle cauliflower, you can pickle eggs, you can pickle beets, you can pickle, just pretty much anything. Because all it is like some peppers and vinegar, maybe a little bit of hot water. I guess that's what gets it, flowing. But go to the store, get some pickling spices, get some vinegar, get a big jar, and pickle your heart away. Because technically pickles, well, they are pickled cucumbers. It is Solo Diners Eat Out Week. If you're single, or if you just like to eat alone, there's nothing wrong with that. I've gone to diners a couple of times myself without Michael, whether it's because he's at work or he's, sleeping and I just have the urge to eat. I just don't want to cook. I go to the diner by myself sometimes. It doesn't hurt anything, right? Women's Heart Week. Women, please, 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 please take care of your heart. Yeah, this one hits close to home because yeah, my grandmother passed away in September 2022, and her primary cause of death was her heart. She had dementia, she had Alzheimer's. That only was diagnosed in March of 2021, but we had known it was a problem beforehand. But of course, with the problems of 2020, I couldn't get her diagnosed officially right away. She was a heart patient for 20, almost 24 years when she passed away. She went to her cardiologist regularly, had her heart, looked at. She actually did it ass backwards. She had a triple bypass, and then she had a heart attack a month later. This was in 1998. Yeah, I think so. 98 or 99. And like I said, she went to her cardiologist for 20 plus. She had the same guy for 20 plus years. I always joked and said it was her longest relationship ever because it actually outlasted her marriage to my grandfather, who passed away at a young age himself. But when I got her death certificate back, her heart was pretty much what gave out. And I knew it was coming because they say bypasses only last like 10 to 15 years, and she had hers for over 20. On top of that, she was a heavy smoker. So it's my one time I can tell you, especially if you're a woman, if you have heart problems, please take better care of yourself. If you're smoking, please quit smoking, because it's not worth it in the long run. She probably would have been with us today if, even though she had Alzheimer's or dementia, although her smoking also hyped that up even more, and just she went from what we knew her as to something totally different within like a year. So just first of all, just take care of your heart. It's the most important vital organ in your body, but just take care of yourself in general. Okay, back to this. It is World Interfaith Harmony Week. World Interfaith Harmony Week is observed the first week of February from the 1st to the 7th. This observation has emerged from the United Nations General Assembly resolution that seeks a worldwide celebration of interfaith harmony. The World Interfaith Harmony Week was started in 2010 by His Majesty King Abdullah II and His Royal Highness Prince Ghazi bin Muhammad of Jordan. The goal of the week-long celebration is to promote harmony between citizens of the world regardless of their faith. It is a celebration of unity in diversity and the divine connection between people and their faith. So, once again, I'm not the most religious person. I will respect most religions. I will respect if you are Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Catholic, whatever your case may be. I will respect your religion. I will respect your space. If I can't think of a better word right now. But the one thing I always ask of people is, if you are highly religious, that's fine. Just don't put your religion on me. I am willing to learn about other religions. I am not going to be baptized at any point ever. But it is important that if you are from one religion or another, please take the time to learn of other religions, learn of boundaries, and don't judge people based off their religions, because it's just, for the most part, religions don't make people make people. That's what I always say. You know, people can say, oh, this religion taught them to do this or do that. Well, yeah, I mean, religion may have a big play on how people are raised or what they think they can believe in. But ultimately, it's your own mindset. You have to think about how you were taught things, how you were spoken to, how you did this, that. The religion is probably a small part of it anymore. So it is what it is. Okay, so we're done with our week ofs. Now we're on to our very long list of the months. And there is a long, I'm not kidding, because I actually took this. I took it off of the site I take everything off of. And I put it in a Word document just to make it easier for me. And I'm not kidding, it's like 8 pages long. All right, so let's get it is Adopt a Rescued Rabbit. So if you have the space and the home and the heart to raise a rabbit, they're cute and they're cuddly, but they are a lot of work. Go ahead and rescue one. Make sure you name it Bugs or Thumper or Fluffy or something cute. They are work, and it's not like having a dog or a cat. They have a little bit, you have to have a little bit more time and the proper space for them. It is African American Heritage Month. We know February is Black History Month, but there are also different sections of this month that we have to look into, such as here. African American Reading. African American Reading takes place during February. This month, schools, bookshops, libraries, churches, community, and professional groups and interested people are encouraged to arrange an African American reading as part of Black History. An event may be as basic as gathering friends to discuss a book, as it can be sophisticated as organizing public readings and media representations with professional African American authors. It is AMD and Low Vision Awareness Month. AMD and Low Vision Awareness Month is targeted for spreading more information about age-related macular degeneration, AMD, and disease affecting the eyes that could lead to visual impairment. Putting out the right information about AMD and low vision is important to promote early detection and cancel out whatever false beliefs may circulate about both diseases. AMD affects approximately 15 million people in the US. Yeah, my grandmother had macular degeneration, and I forgot what the other thing was. And she had to have surgery in both eyes, and then she actually had to have shots put in her right eye once every like 6 weeks. And by the time she got really, really sick, we had to stop because I couldn't take her, and she was in the hospital and rehab and in a memory care home by the time the end of her life came. But yeah, so again, hers was really affected more by smoking. It wasn't because she was a very unhealthy woman. She wasn't. She was, you know, she was thick, but she wasn't completely, you know, she ate greasy food 7 days a week. Her bad habit was she was a smoker. So, you know, just again, health will affect you in many different ways, and you just got to be careful with what you do with your choices. It is American Heart Month, obviously. Please, I mean, today we have Women's Heart Health Day or Heart Health Week. American Heart Month runs the whole month. Man, woman, child, just please take care of your heart. An Affair to Remember Month. No, I'm not talking about cheating. An Affair to Remember was a movie from the 1950s. I think it's 1956 or 1957. It is one of the greatest love story movies of all time. And it's actually on my bucket list to watch. I have never watched it. I heard it's one of the best movies to look back at that time frame. And yeah, I would love to watch it. Maybe I'll get it this month and see how it is. It is Barley Month. Barley Month, held annually in February, celebrates the barley plant. Barley is a member of the grass family and is a cereal grain that is grown in temperate climates all across the globe. Barley was one of the first cultivated grains, especially in Eurasia, as early as 10,000 years ago. About 70% of the world's barley is used as animal fodder, while 30% serves as a source of fermentable material and making beer and certain distilled beverages, as well as a component of various foods. Basically, a lot of our morning cereals, Cheerios and Chex and all that, uses barley. Barley is used in soaps. Oh, no. Barley is used in soups and stews, as well as in barley bread made in different cultures. It is common for barley grains to be made into malt through traditional preparation methods. So speaking of Grandma again, she used to make me this soup. It was probably my favorite soup of hers of all time. Beef barley soup. And it's almost kind of like a stew, kind of. Not as thick as a stew. It had the beef, the potatoes. I take that back. No potatoes. The beef, the carrots, the celery, the onion. I don't think. Yeah, tomatoes. I'm trying to remember the recipe off the top of my head. But she also put barley and lentils in it. And oh my God, it's so good. So when I see Barley Month, it kind of reminds me of my grandmother again. And oh my God, that soup was so good. It is Beat the Heat Month. We're in February. Well, at least in New Jersey, February we're supposed to be cold. I'm not talking about heat, the weather. Listen, Beat the Heat Month is the decision to spay or neuter your dog has numerous advantages, such as making them healthier, more well-mannered, and avoiding unwanted litters. Spaying and neutering neighborhood cats in the winter will also help avoid kitten season and stop the reproductive cycle before it really begins. Most pet owners view their choice to spay or neuter their animals as being very personal. The truth is that the community as a whole is impacted by each of our personal decisions to spay or neuter, from human safety to animal well-being. Therefore, when you decide to spay or neuter your pet, you are supporting not only your neighborhood, but also dogs, cats, and other creatures. So, beat the heat. Basically, you want to try to get your animal, whatever animal it is, to be spayed or neutered, especially the I should say more the female animals, before they go into heat for the first time. My vet has always told me that the best time to get my dogs spayed was about 6 months. 6 months? I'm trying to think, when did I get her? Yeah, 6 months, because she was born March 31st. I'm talking about Oreo here. She was born March 31st, and I had her taken care of in October. And it was the same with Chloe. She was born March 1st, and we had her taken care of in September. So you do want to try and get this done so that, first of all, you don't want, like it says, you don't want unwanted litters if you have male dogs in your family that are not taken care of. You should take care of your pets. Again, it says, like it says here, for health reasons, for unwanted pregnancy reasons. It's too bad we can't do this with some humans, but but please, please, please make sure you take care of your pets. Bob Barker said it at the end of every show. Now Drew Carey is saying it at the end of every show. Have your cats and dogs spayed and neutered. Please. Berry, B-E-R-R-Y, Fresh Month. Berry Fresh Month. Celebrated throughout February, it brings the beauty of berries and their nutritional beliefs to our attention. The holiday spreads awareness about various berry types such as blueberries, raspberries, red currants, black currants, and white currants. It also teaches people that berries can be deadly. Yes, there are deadly berries. So when you go around and you see a plant that has all these kinds of berries growing up from it, no, don't do that. Get your berries from a farmer that will specifically grow them, or grow them yourself, whatever the case may be. Just don't go around picking berries, and make sure you teach your kids about the same Bike to Work Month. That says enough. Black History Month, we've already been through that. Again, February, the whole month of February, and this year they get an extra day because we have leap year this year. Okay, Canned Food Month, that says enough. Celebration of Chocolate Month. We're in February after all. Creative Romance Month. Creative Romance Month is celebrated in February in a lasting tradition that aims to encourage everyone to find creative ways to rekindle their romance and take the time to show love unusually to that special someone. Michael and I have been together almost 24 years. Next week it'll be 24 years we've been together. We started dating. We are like polar opposites. It is crazy how opposite we are from each other. I am not a sports fanatic. He is. He loves soccer. There's a special someone in his life for soccer. I'm not going to name the name because it has been banned from my house. And he knows it, but he still says it to piss me off. I love watching OP Live. I love watching ID channel. I love watching the First 48 on A&E. That's my type of thing. He hates it. I used to love talk shows when, I don't watch them much anymore. Sometimes I watch the highlights on Facebook. But he's like, you still watch that stuff? Well, I like wrestling. He's not crazy about it. His big thing right now is Supernatural, which I actually love. So that's like the one thing we can agree on, and our dogs. That is about it. And even though that's the case, we still are together 24 years. Still love the hell out of them. Still would like to strangle them sometimes. But we also find ways to come together over, over certain things, whether it's a movie or whether it's going out to eat and trying something new. Our big thing when we got together, we used to love to drive around. This is before he'd become a truck driver. Now he doesn't like driving that much. But we find things to get along with. So it's important. If you find your marriage has become very dull, or if you just need to find a break of something to do together, even if it's something as small as going on a walk on the beach or at a park or have a picnic, or you know what, go find one of those clay shops. Here in New Jersey, we have a Color Me Mind where you paint ceramic things and they burn it for you. It takes like 2 weeks to get it back. Just go have a fun date. Go to the movies. Go to McDonald's. Go, just have a teenage type of date. Go, if you can find an old-fashioned ice cream shop. There you go. Declutter for a cause month. This is big because if you are going to declutter your house, I'm doing it right now. Because like I said, my grandmother passed away and I'm still going through stuff. Some of her clothes, I'm still finding clothes of hers. I don't know why, because I thought I got rid of all her clothes because nothing fits me. She was like a size extra small when she passed away. Me, not so much. But I'm also going through like pots and pans. I'm getting rid of the ones that you can't even donate. I'm donating a lot of stuff. So that's good to do if you find clothes that no longer fit you or you haven't worn in so much time. I think the recommended time is like 6 months, which, you never know. But even pets, if you have a pet that has grown out of the puppy stage, or if you have stuff that your dogs or your cats or whatever animal you have don't use, donate it to your local vet. Donate it to a local animal shelter. You never know what people can use. So I've actually donated a ton of stuff to the local Goodwill here, and I can't even begin to tell you how many bags and boxes I got rid of in the last few months. I'm actually proud of myself because I usually like to hold on to things for a long time, so you never know. It is Dog Training Education Month, so if you are a dog trainer or if you're looking to have your puppy dog trained, appreciate everybody because it is it might be a fun job for the trainers, but I know it's a hard job to also do at the same time. Ethnic Equality Month, again, race background should not matter anymore. We all bleed red, but take a moment to learn about other cultures, other races, other religions, so on and so forth. Exotic Vegetables and Star Fruit Month. So if you know of any vegetables or any fruits from foreign countries that make its way over here and you want to learn about these, by all means, now is the time to do it. Fabulous Florida Strawberry Month. Yes, I love strawberries. Apparently Florida is not only known for the oranges. We have Beat the Heat Month, but in line with that we also have Feline Fix by 5 Month. Observed in February of every year, the month-long awareness event was established by Feline Fix by 5 Months, a program run by Marion's Dream. The objective of Feline Fix by 5 Month is to raise awareness about the benefits of spaying and neutering cats early. As per the recommendation of the assembled task force, given the known benefits of sterilization and the lack of evidence for harm related to age at which the procedure is performed, the Veterinary Task Force on Feline Sterilization calls for vet practitioners and professional associations to recommend re-sterilization of cats by the 5 months of age. I know I got a little tongue-tied. I'm very tired. This is, like I said, this is going to be a long video. So, like I said, dogs, according to my vet, and their practice is 6 months. Cats are 5 months. Apparently they go into early age heat. When we think of stray animals, the biggest community of stray animals is cats, because they either run away or they are just wild cats or whatever. When I lived in Bloomfield, we actually had a mother cat who gave birth to at least 3 or 4 litters that I know of in the garage, because the garage door was broken. We couldn't get it fixed. So she actually gave birth to litters of kittens in there. And towards the last year I lived there, there was actually a group that gave services to trap these cats, have them neutered, and then release them back into the wild, because that's what they were known for. You weren't going to be able to home raise them. So it's very important, whether they're home cats or stray cats, if you have an organization that will trap, treat, and release them, I think it's called STR, get in touch with them and see how you can help set out traps in your backyard, set out traps. I live on a dead-end street, so I could probably get 1 or 2 probably across the street, because I know we have a stray cat running around. I haven't seen them in a while, probably because it's winter and they're just hiding out somewhere. But yeah. Financial Aid Awareness Month. So if you are going to school and receiving financial aid, please take care of yourself financially. If you have to, if you're going to have loans, just try to take care of them. The sooner the better, because it will haunt you. Free Open Source Software Month. All you computer geeks out there, listen up. Free Open Source Software, or FOSS, is celebrated every year in February to appreciate software that is both free and open source, where any user has a license to use the software and the source code is shared so that people are encouraged to voluntarily improve its design. It maintains the software users' civil liberty rights, protects their privacy, and gives users more control over their own hardware. Although there are strong similarities between free software licenses and open source software licenses, advocates of each have disagreements with one another. FOSS was created on neutral ground. So, yeah, this is kind of the problem with computers. It just makes everything else. From Africa to Virginia Month. From Africa to Virginia Month is commemorated annually in February. The early days of slavery in Virginia involved the enslavement of Native Americans by the English colony of Virginia, lasting through the late 1700s. These slaves were primarily put to work in tobacco fields. This is not a celebration. This is not something we should look forward to, but this is part of history that we should actually get to know and read up on and understand why when we talk about slaves, we only think about those brought over from Africa. Well, no, when the English were coming over on, their boats, they were actually taking over Native American land and actually trapping Native Americans and using them as slaves as well. So, again, when you think of slaves, don't think of only black people that were shipped over here on boats from Africa. Think of the people that were already here and pretty much their land was taken over. It is Great American Pie Month. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that one. I love me some apple pie. So good. What's your favorite pie? Jamie said the other day, and I completely forgot about this, banana cream pie is a good pie. But we're talking about like baked pies, not refrigerated pies. Good old baked pies. Cherry pie, blackberry pie, blueberry pie, apple pie. Love me some apple pie. So good. Human Relations Month. If you work in HR, bless your heart, because I don't know if I could ever do it. It's almost as bad as working in the admissions department of a nursing home. You have to pick and choose who you could bring in and who's suitable. So it's hard. Humpback Whale Awareness Month. We observe Humpback Whale Awareness Month in February in honor of humpback whales, which are an integral part of our marine ecosystem. Brought into commemoration by the governor of Hawaii in 2008. Only in 2008? Wow. The month is observed to celebrate the homecoming of humpback whales on the shores of Hawaii. Surviving decades of human cruelty, the tale of the humpback whale recuperation and rehab is one for the time. Step out in the sea if you can, or turn up a documentary on the subject as we dedicate the month of these majestic mammals. They're gorgeous. And let me tell you something. They're like the size of yachts. They're huge. But we have to understand, along with any animal, they also are prone to abuse. Just because they're in water and they're huge, that doesn't mean anything. They are prone to being abused as well. International Boost of Self-Esteem Month. Please make yourself feel better about yourself. International Expect Success Month. If you're working towards something, please be successful at it and expect to be successful at it. The harder you work, the more likely you will be successful at it. How many times did I just say successful? Count it. International Friendship Month. Janie, you're my best buddy. Love you, girl. If you have a best friend, call them out, because let me tell you something. Janie and I have been friends for 33 years this year. It's a long time. Wow. That's actually longer than my grandmother's marriage. It's a very long time. International Hoof Care Month. It's funny to say, but it's very important. International Hoof Care Month is celebrated this month to draw attention to the importance of looking after animal hooves. The animals that have hooves cannot have a happy and healthy life when these parts of their legs are ailing. An ailing hoof may develop an infection which will cause the animal to start limping, have difficulty walking, and develop arthritis or other joint issues. This animal will also have problems feeding because they cannot bend, since doing so places additional weight on the ailing hoof, which is painful. Some animals will also have challenges mating because they rely on their legs to be able to support them during breeding. This is really big amongst the horse community, but I do understand. I think donkeys, cows, anything of, anything in that category also needs to be looked at. Have you ever seen a video where you have to peel away at a horse's hoof to get to where it is infected? It's disgusting to look at. It's almost like how do I put it? It's almost watching like a cyst on somebody be drained out. It's a cyst, it's liquid, it's blood, it's really disgusting. There's one video I actually watched where they were peeling away at this poor animal's hoof because it got so infected that they went back several inches. And by the time they got to the infected part, you could see the blood draining out, but you could also see where there was like a mass. It wasn't cancerous, thank God, but it was a mass, and they had to actually pop it like a pimple to get the pus out. And they actually had to wrap it up, and they gave him like a cast almost. And this horse, you could just tell the pain this poor thing was in. By the time they were done wrapping him up and giving him his bandages or cast or whatever you want to call it, he looked so much happier. He looked so, you could just tell on the face. And he actually ran around, I think it was like the next day or two. They were showing a video of him just running around absolutely happy. So if you are in that kind of community, whether it's you're a trainer, an owner, or if you just love to ride, please take care of your animals. International Month of Black Women in the Arts. So we're talking singing, movies, painting, reading, writing rather. Celebrate the Black women, especially because although there are many Black men in these industries, we tend to forget that the Black woman is also very high up there. It's cold out, and I actually had to open the door because Chloe plays this game where she wants to go out, but she'll sit here and smell the air for like 5 minutes before she actually goes out. So I leave the door open. I let some cool air in. International Prenatal Infection Prevention Month. So if you are looking to become pregnant, if you are pregnant, please have yourself your doctor visits, because far too often now we are finding out that babies are not surviving birth because there's an infection, but it also could kill the mom. So please go see your doctor on your regular basis. Jobs in Golf Month. Doesn't matter what golf caddy, it could be the golfer itself, it could be the maintenance for all the area where you play golf. Doesn't matter what it is. It's very important. LGBT plus History Month. In the UK and Hungary, this is celebrated in February as part of their annual month-long observation of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender history. For us, it's, I think, June. In the UK and Hungary, it's February. Okay, we got that figured out. The theme for this year is Art and Politics. The arc is long. This year also marks the 50th anniversary of the first Pride March in Britain. The month is a celebration of the history of gay rights and related civil rights movements. It aims to strengthen the community and provide role models while also being a statement about the contributions of the LGBT plus community to society. Enough said. Love you guys. You guys are friggin' awesome. Library Lovers Month. If you're a librarian or if you just love to go to a library, celebrate this month. Love the Bus Month. The same thing. If you have to take the bus to get to work or go wherever we have to go, or if you just love riding the bus, this is your month. Marfan Syndrome Awareness Month. Marfan syndrome is a disorder that affects connective tissue. It affects the fibers that support organs and other structures in the body. The heart, eyes, blood vessels, and skeleton are all affected by Marfan syndrome. This month is dedicated to raising awareness about Marfan syndrome and related illnesses. With the right resources, you can learn about early detection, treatment, and living a long and healthy life. Volunteers in communities interested in the caregiving of patients with Marfan syndrome are encouraged to participate in Marfan Syndrome Awareness Month. So just to clarify what Marfan syndrome is. Marfan syndrome, or MFS, is a multisystemic genetic disorder that affects the connective tissue. Those with the condition tend to be tall and thin with long arms, fingers, legs, and toes. They also typically have exceptionally flexible joints and abnormally curved spines. The most serious complications involve the heart and aorta, with an increased risk of mitral valve prolapse and aortic aneurysms. The lungs, eyes, bones, and the covering of the spinal cord are also commonly affected. The severity of this symptom is variable. It is also a genetic mutation disease. So when you see somebody who is exceptionally tall, this could be passed on from the parents, even though, you know, the parents could be like 5'8" each, and they have a 7-foot tall child. Or they have the genetic gene to pass this on to your child. So yeah, that's pretty much what MFS is. That's why I brought it up, because I'm finding out all new things myself. I've never heard of this until this morning when I was reading about it, and it's just, it's just something that boggled my mind, because I'm thinking Marfan, and I was reading through it. I'm thinking, oh, this is something like cystic fibrosis or anything where both parents have to be gene carriers. And, you know, this was something totally where it's, you know, both parents have to be carriers, but it's something totally different. I know it's not going to affect me. I'm all of 5'3", so. It is National Avocado and Banana Month. Not together. It's each their own month, but we're just throwing it together. I don't like avocados. Michael loves them. We both love bananas, so I will take it as is. I might even make banana muffins this weekend. We'll see. National Bake for Family Fun Month. My mom makes fun of me because I'm not the greatest baker. And she just said my last trip down to North Carolina, she's like, both my daughters are neither baker nor cooks. Well, I like to cook. I just don't like to cook in the summer. I'm very well known for that. I won't cook in the summer. Very rarely. I'll cook. Baking was never my forte. That was always something my grandmother did. My mom's doing right now. And I don't know. I mean, once in a while I'll get the urge to... bake some muffins or bake a cake, but it's got to be like box stuff, because I can't do the things from scratch unless, you know, it's just one of those days where I have nothing better to do and I have the urge to have something sweet in the house. And what the hell? I have the ingredients probably. You never know. It is National Bird Feeding Month. Let me tell you something. I know I'm talking about my grandmother a lot this month, today actually, about this month. And it's just funny that all these things are falling in February. She was born in February. So this month will be her birthday in heaven. And at one point we had so many trees in our yard. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 or 6 trees, and they all had bird feeders on them. So you cannot wake up every morning without hearing birds feeding at the bird feeders. And then we had the occasional pain in the ass squirrel that would, you know, climb up and steal the bird seed. And even the deer would come and steal the bird seed. It was, you know, we had a zoo in our backyard. National Blobbuster Month. National Blobbuster Month occurs in February. There isn't a great deal of information surrounding this holiday, and we are unsure who created it or why they thought that February is blah. But we aren't complaining. Any holiday, no matter how obscure, is fun to celebrate and gives people something to look forward to. Blah refers to something boring, dull, or unexciting. So this month is all about bringing more excitement into our lives. We may be suffering from an emotional hangover and slight depression from the festive season and New Year. Thus, National Blobbuster Month helps us get back into the swing of things by beating the blahs. Okay. Why not? So, we all know that we just got into February. Today's first day of February. And if you've seen the memes on Facebook, there are some that It's on this 234th day of January. I now pronounce this year 3062 or something like that. It was one of the funniest things I've read in a long time. January does feel like a long time, mostly because, you know, we're just getting off the holiday, and we're just, it's winter is another problem. So when you get into February, you want to start thinking ahead to, oh, spring is almost here, summer's going to be here before you know it, and then fall's going to be here again, then we have to worry about the holiday season. So January is like the redheaded stepchild, if you will. And then February, you start looking forward to, you know, the spring break, the end of school, Mother's Day, Father's Day, any birthdays that are coming up. Yeah, there you go. National Blob. I actually support this. National Cancer Prevention Month. Prevention Month, marked every February, is upon us, ushering in yet another opportunity to spread the word and take action in order to live better, healthier, and happier lives. Cancer, said to be the world's leading cause of death, caused nearly 10 million deaths in 2020. Throughout the history of mankind, cancer has been in existence. Although not much was known about the human body, the earliest evidence was recorded via papyri that can be traced back to ancient Egypt in 1500 BC, when tumors were found on the breast. Over the years, although no cure has been found, with landmark achievements recorded, we are closer than ever. So, while cancer is a huge problem, and we can't say there are cures for cancer, we can say that cancer is in remission. That doesn't mean you're completely cured of cancer. The only way you can be completely cured of cancer is if you like remove your whole body system, which we know is not possible. If you have a breast cancer, if you have kidney cancer, if you have any type of cancer where you can have a section removed, if you have a mastectomy, if you can remove one kidney because your other kidney is able to do the job, if you can get a transplant, it doesn't mean the cancer is completely removed from your body. You're just in remission. You say, oh, I'm cancer free. Well, that may be the case at this moment, but it can come back. Once you have cancer, you have cancer. It could be in remission. You can consider yourself cancer free. You could have scans for the rest of your life that say you don't have any tumors, but it doesn't mean it's not living in your body. It's brutal how I just put it. I know that. But you just got to make sure you take care of yourself, especially if you are a cancer patient. My stepfather was a cancer patient. He had kidney and lung cancer. He's doing a lot better now, but there's always the chance it could come back, and it can metastasize. And it's a scary thought. Luckily, his scans for the last 3 to 4 years have come back clean, and it's great news. National Care About Your Indoor Air Month. So, please, 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 clean out your air filters, clean up your duct system. If you have the central air thingamajig in your yard, make sure it's clean and taken care of every other season, every year. I don't know how long you have to take care of those things, how often I should say you have to take care of those things. It's once a year or once every other season. Just make sure you're taking care of your indoor health, your indoor air health, which is your duct system, your filters. Make sure you're cleaning up your vents with your vacuum. Just take better care of yourself. If you have to get an air filter system put in your house, do that. National Cat Health Month. If you have kitty cats, please take care of them. National Cherry Month. I love maraschino cherries. That's all I'm going to say. National Children's Dental Health Month. Please have your kids start early at the dentist, because it will provide them healthier lives. National Embroidery Month. If you love to receive things that are embroidered, or if you are the ones who do the embroidering, this is your month. Enjoy it, celebrate it. National Enrolled Agents Month. National Enrolled Agents Month is observed every year through February, and its goal is to raise awareness and bring appreciation to the service done by enrolled agents across the United States. Enrolled agents are tax experts who are responsible for representing the average consumer before the IRS whenever they have issues regarding their taxes. These professionals are present and help conduct audits, appeals, and collections. Don't get mad at them. They're just doing their job. National Fasting February. It is an important time when people refrain from food for some time to benefit their bodies. According to experts, intermittent fasting elicits integrated responses within organs in such a way that improve resistance to stress, glucose regulation, and suppresses inflammation. It is an important and simple activity that only requires a shift in the timing of your food intake and can be practiced by anyone. Fasting can promote a healthy body and teach us a sense of discipline in terms of the food we eat. So, when they say fasting, it doesn't mean deprive your bodies. Actually, it just says if you have so much of something in your lifetime, just give yourself a break. Like if you're big on steaks, if you're big on sweets, if you're big on whatever it may be, just try to refrain from eating all that and have a healthier lifestyle, have a healthier meal. Me, this is my biggest problem. And it's hard to break that because it's so damn addicting. But I can go times without it. Sugar, the same thing. I don't have cookies or chips or anything, so I can refrain from that. Just know what your body needs. Take it easy. See your doctor. If you have to get a nutritionist, get a nutritionist if you can afford to have one, or if your insurance will cover it. Get yourself motivated to take care of yourself better. National Fondue Month. Enough said. National Goat Yoga Month. I prefer puppy yoga. That's just me. I've never been to a yoga class, but I see these videos of puppy yoga and I just want to go to one so bad. National Grapefruit Month. Now, National Grapefruit Month is important and it's a good source in your diet. However, if you are on certain medications, you're not allowed to have grapefruit or grapefruit juice. So if you are on medications and they say do not eat grapefruit, please take note because it is very important. National Haiku Writing Month. Whew. Throughout National Haiku Writing Month in February, haiku fans are contemplating syllables. Haiku refers to the on-rhyme Japanese literary form made up of 17 syllables divided into 3 lines of 5, 7, or 5 syllables each. Using a limited number of words, a haiku conveys and implies much. So basically, say very little, but make it mean a lot. National Heart Healthy Month. We've been through this. National Hot Breakfast Month. Yes, I love me some pancakes and some waffles. Belgian waffles. So good. Oh, and don't forget your French toast. National Laugh Friendly Month. You gotta laugh. You gotta be happy. National Macadamia Nut Month. They're so good. Oh, they're so good. National Mend a Broken Heart Month. We are in February, the month of love. Please mend a broken heart. Help your friend. Help your loved one who may be going through a breakup or just a hard time in general. National Parent Leadership Month. If you're a parent, please take the lead in your child's life. Don't let a teacher, don't let some other adult, don't let other kids do it. Be the leader that your child needs. National Self-Check Month. Taking place in February of each year, this period serves as a reminder that it is possible for us and ultimately our responsibility to take charge of our health. Self-checks serve as a means to increase the chances of avoiding chronic disease and other mostly preventable health conditions. National Self-Check Month helps to highlight a variety of self-empowering and proactive early detection and preventative resources, as well as tools for guiding us through healthcare-related fears and concerns. National Self-Check Month is also an opportunity to discuss health concerns with a loved one. So while this is big amongst women for their breast cancer, because that's where we pretty much get our first feel of lumps in our breasts, my brother-in-law, Michael's brother, actually had a lump in his side, and he ignored it for the longest time until his wife pretty much threatened to divorce him if he didn't have it looked at, and it turned out to be cancer, and he was gone like within 3 months. The last month and a half or so, he was actually in the hospital. He never came back home. So if you feel that something is off, whether it's a pain, whether it's a lump, whether it's a spot, because sometimes a spot can be something more than just a spot. Have it looked at. Take care of yourself. Go see a doctor. Go to a clinic if you have to. Please take care of yourself. National Senior Independence Month. Yep. Even if you're an old person, if you have the independence, if you can live alone and do things on your own, celebrate it. National Snack Food Month. Yeah. Chips, pretzels. One of my favorite things is pretzels with cream cheese. I'm not talking about the big fat baked pretzels. I'm talking about like the pretzel chips. Scoop up some cream cheese. Oh my god, it is one of the best things ever. It's so good. National Sweet Potato Month. I'm not a fan of sweet potatoes, but they are good for you. They're better than regular potatoes, believe it or not. And yeah, but not for me. National Therapeutic Recreation Month. Observed in February to appreciate the works of recreation therapists, it also focused on raising awareness of the importance of participating in activities that help people with disabilities recover and heal. Did you know that therapeutic recreation goes back as far as the 1850s with Florence Nightingale? Therapeutic recreation is the use of leisure activities to promote health, emotional well-being, skills, and abilities of people with illnesses and disabilities. Therapeutic recreation includes drama, music, arts and crafts, sports, dance, and movement, as well as games. Therapeutic recreation is available in various settings, including hospitals, schools, community centers, sports programs, and assisted living facilities. So, there is a girl that I follow on TikTok. Her name is Jordan. She is 22, I believe. She's got autism. She and her family actually run their own business. They run a t-shirt, well, it's more t-shirts than anything, but they have pens and bracelets, and I think they just came out with stickers. And her parents actually built this business to give her a source of independence, which I think is fabulous. They actually have a warehouse now, and she goes into work every day like a regular human being and does her job. She rolls t-shirts, she packs up pens, she packs packages, and it's just something to keep her going. I mean, to her it's a job, but this is the kind of recreation she needs to keep herself motivated, to be able to learn and be able to be more independent as she gets older. And obviously her parents are going to get older and they're not going to be able to take care of her as well. Same thing with old people, same thing with children who whether it's caused from cancer or accidents or a genetic disease. It doesn't matter who it is, what age they are. They need to be able to move around. When I was visiting my grandmother in the memory care home, they had these activities where they would do like in-chair exercises, or they would play games, or they would do like a movie quiz kind of thing. But they would use old movies because, you know, with Alzheimer's and dementia, the first thing to go is your short-term memory, which is the most recent memory. But it's very important to keep them moving and to keep them motivated. So yeah, if you see a recreation specialist in any facility, make sure you thank them for their job well done. National Time Management Month. Well, yeah, you're more late than you are on time. You want to try to get that under control, and now is a good time to do it. National Wedding Month. Again, February's the month of love. Start getting married. National Women Inventors Month. This is the good time to look up all the female inventors of the world, if you will. North American Inclusion Month, or NAIM, N-A-I-M. North American Inclusion Month is celebrated every February to raise awareness about the need to create equal opportunities for people with disabilities in all aspects, including employment and education. According to the UN, people with disabilities are individuals who have long-term physical, mental, intellectual, or sensory impairments, which in interaction with various attitudinal and environmental barriers hinder their full and effective participation in society on an equal basis with others. NAIM was established by YCAD, also known as National Jewish Council for Disabilities, If I said that wrong, I apologize. During North American Inclusion Month, YACOD and other like-minded organizations publish resources and carry out awareness and community outreach programs geared towards inclusion. Now, as an aunt with a nephew who is autistic, I do worry about him because he is going into high school next year. Scary thought. Right now he's in special ed classes because he is autistic, and while he's doing very well, it makes me worried about when he's a freshman next year. However, talking to my sister, I understand he's going to be in classes that will help get him motivated for when he's out of high school. So all 4 years he's in high school, he's going to be in life courses, I think they call it. So he may never have a job. He may have something to do, like with Jordan, who is autistic, but she's able to carry on short conversations. It's important to include them. And when I'm talking about my nephew, I do know there are other disorders, and I know there's also the people we have to look at that are physical ailments. You know, they're in a wheelchair, or they have prosthetics, or walkers, or whatever the case may be. I'm just using my experience as an autism and as an example. But everybody needs to be included. We need to expand. We need to have better representation for them. Pet Dental Health Month. Yes, your pet's teeth are very important, so have them taken care of. Go to PetSmart or Petco. Pick up a tube of pet toothpaste and get one of those toothbrushes you put on your finger and scrub up. It's actually a lot of fun. Plant the Seeds of Greatness Month. Plant the Seeds of Greatness Month is celebrated in February annually to bring out the greatness within each of us. As we exit January with our resolutions underwater and our gym membership hanging on by a thread, the month of February comes around with the promise of spring. See what I mean? Now is the time to reaffirm ourselves to cause. Now is the time to reaffirm ourselves to the cause of betterment. Pick up that class you always wanted to take and invest in a really good mattress, because this February we are planting the seeds of greatness in our lives and changing it for the better. Get better sleep. Take that class you always wanted to take. Learn a new skill. Learn a new hobby. Go for that run. Go back to the gym. Do something. Make yourself better, because you need to be around here a lot longer. Potato Lovers Month. I love me some good whipped mashed potatoes or a baked potato. So good. Pull your sofa off the wall month. Oh, yes. Oh my God. I had changed around my furniture a little bit to celebrate Christmas. And I actually left the furniture the way I moved it, because I actually kind of like the layout now. It's it kind of cuts off the living room a little bit, but we still have plenty of space. I can still see the TV from here. But when I pulled my couch, I have a sectional. When I pulled the one section off the wall, oh my God. The amount of dog hair. Just, oh my God. I had to actually clean my walls before I put my couch back up against it. And it was like, oh, no. So it is important, especially, I can't say in February so much, because I know that it's not really spring cleaning weather yet, and you want to be able to open your windows while you're doing all this heavy cleaning. But at least move your couch, vacuum under the couch, clean the wall, do whatever you have to do just to make your home a little bit safer and a little bit more healthier for you and your family. That's all I'm going to say. Raynaud's Awareness Month. Raynaud's Awareness Month is observed in February in the United Kingdom to drive awareness about the condition, increase advocacy for people suffering from it, and promote the need for a cure. Did you know that Raynaud's is named after Auguste Gabriel Maurice Raynaud, a French doctor who discovered it in the late 19th century? Raynaud's is a condition that causes a shortage of blood flow to the extremities, be it the fingers, toes, nose, and ears. This condition is characterized by changes in color from white to blue to bright red as blood flows back to the affected area. Raynaud's cause is still unknown, and no cure has been developed for it yet. It is something I've never heard of. And it's something, obviously, if there's no cure or nobody even knows what causes it, this is where it really needs to be looked at. Again, this is celebrated in the UK primarily, but obviously it's a worldwide problem. Relationship Wellness Month. Again, if you are having problems with your relationship, take a look at it. If you need to split, split. If you need to work on it because you don't want to give up on your relationship, just make sure your partner does as well. Because if you're going to do all the work, it's not even worth it. Responsible Pet Owners Month. Please, please, please look after your pets and take the best care of them, because they're not here for long, and before you know it, you're gonna be kicking yourself for not taking better care of them. This is a fun one. Return the shopping carts to the supermarket month. Don't leave your shopping carts in the middle of the goddamn parking lots, please. Put them back in their designated spots, or take them up to the doors if you're close enough, because there's too many cars getting dents and scratches, and even some people get hurt by them, believe it or not. Spray and Neuter Awareness Month. We've pretty much covered that. Spiritual Teachers Month. Okay. Spiritual Teachers Month is observed annually throughout February. It recognizes the role of spiritual teachers in people's lives and the impact on society, a role which has been recently occupied by Tenzin Gyatso, I think I'm saying that right, the 14th Dalai Lama. The holiday spreads awareness that spiritual teachers are individuals who inspire and help bring out the best in people. It also shows that these teachers occupy various societal roles, including championing social causes, acting as pacifiers and peace brokers, and providing motivation and inspiration. There you go. Spunky Old Broads Month. While we have a specific day to celebrate them, it also is the entire month. Dating Violence Awareness Month. As someone who experienced this in my life, it's hard to tell a teenager nowadays they can't do this, they can't do that. But we also have to understand we have to set boundaries with teens when it comes to dating, because dating violence, it's hard to, I can't really say it's hard to spot. And when we say teen dating violence, we don't have to speak about the physical aspect. I mean, the emotional and the mental aspect is very, very up there. When you see your teenager, again, it could be a girl or a boy, straight, gay, bi, whatever. If you see them being more introverted than they usually are, or if you see them with their grades slipping, they're not spending much time with friends or family, ask questions, because that is the one way you're going to break this cycle with them, and you don't want them to pretty much lose their self-worth, is the best way I could put it. So please, 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 if you have a teenager, talk to your teenagers. Vegan Cuisine Month. Obviously, veganism is a very big thing nowadays, and this month we celebrate the cuisines that go along with that lifestyle. Wise Healthcare Consumer Month. Wise Healthcare Consumer Month is a month-long observation in February. The aim is to educate the public about the ways and means of becoming wiser about our healthcare spending. Americans ace the game in consumerism and purchasing freedom in almost every sphere, but not when it comes to healthcare. Healthcare, a necessity, is unaffordable to millions of Americans. With rising costs and increasingly complex healthcare plans, the system needs an intervention. Wise Healthcare Consumer Month takes a small step in this direction. Well, let me tell you something. We shouldn't have this problem. The problem is that our government does not give us the help that we should have. If you look at any other country, healthcare is free. And it's sad, because we're supposed to be the richest country in the world, and yet we struggle to be taken care of medically. And when it comes to hospital stays or taking care of loved ones in the end of their lives, it's a lot of money, and it's so sad. And let's not even get started on the prescriptions, because that's even worse. When you have to decide whether it's to take care of yourself and make yourself healthy, or pay your rent or your mortgage or your bills, we shouldn't have to decide. We should be able to live without the fear of going broke because we're sick. Our government sucks. I said it from day one. I will continue to say it until somebody changes my mind, which will probably never happen. Women's role in History Month. We need to look at the historical movements of women in history. Yeah. We're not really celebrated as much as we think we are, which is really sad. Worldwide Renaissance of the Heart Month. Worldwide Renaissance of the Heart Month is observed every leap year in February. So this is every 4 years. So every year that we have an election year, this is also makes sense given that February is the month dedicated to all things heart related. This celebration, on the other hand, is a bit unusual in that little is known about it. Perhaps the allure is due to the aura of mystery that surrounds it. According to founder Deborah LeBoeuf, I'm not even pronouncing that last name, I think. Deborah LeBoeuf Kokula. Okay, I think that's it. Worldwide Renaissance of the Heart Month is all about thinking compassionately, not just with your brain, but with your heart as well. Throughout the month, you're encouraged to take a heartfelt look at what you think, implying a higher level of mindfulness. Okay. When they say follow your heart and not your mind, or follow your mind, not your heart, that's basically what it is at the end. This is the final one. Youth Leadership Month. Youth Leadership Month is observed each year during the month of February. The aim of the day is simple: to get young people to take up leadership roles and contribute to the community in their own ways. Nonprofit organizations across the United States observe the month. They play their part in connecting, transforming, and inspiring high school students across the country to recognize their strengths, explore career opportunities, and become leaders. Students are taught to assume leadership roles in their schools, communities, and the workforce. This is a great way to build the next generation of citizens who are also committed to bringing the best of their communities. You can use the experience on college and scholarship applications too. There you go. Okay. I'm tired. This is a long one. All right, so let's get to the birthdays. Finally, let's get to the birthdays. Today, we celebrate singer Harry Styles. Happy birthday. Singer Jessica Biel. Actress Heather Morris. Actor Ray Hart Adams. Actor Miles Truitt. Rapper Big Boy. Actress Paris Smith. Actor Richard Whisker. Actor Michael C. Hall. Mr. Dexter himself. And actress Julia Gardner. And we want to wish a happy birthday in heaven to actor Clark Gable, who you may know better from Gone with the Wind, poet Langston Hughes, singer Rick James, actor Brandon Lee, The Crow, actress Elizabeth Sladen, and finally, Lisa Marie Presley. Okay, guys, this was a long day. I am tired. My throat hurts. I'm going to go and take a big gulp of I don't know what right now. Probably get some more of my iced coffee. Mocha iced coffee. Tomorrow's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I will be here tomorrow to celebrate the 2nd of February with you. So, if you made it through this whole video, congratulations. You deserve a gold star. There it is. And if you didn't, well, keep trying till you get to the end. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Sorry, if you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday. If you're celebrating an anniversary today, happy anniversary. I hope your days are good. I got it through. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.